guys. I know I vanished again for a month. Sorry about that. Life got a little hectic again. Just a quick little thing about what's been going on with my life lately. So for about the past month, she's in recovery now, by the way, before I start all this. Back in the beginning of October, my mom was diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. So she had to have this big surgery done. She had to have her boobulas cut off. So my mom has no boobs anymore. And just a lot. One of my dogs licked himself into a UTI and he was pissing blood. So he needed around-the-clock care. He's also fine now. And my mom is just in the recovery stage. She's needed lots of attention, help with, she has these tubes and like all this stuff. And I just wasn't in the right mind space to do videos, and I just wasn't exactly I just kind of wanted to set YouTube aside just for a minute to help her. She is getting better. She still has her tooth, but she's able to like up and move around and do stuff again. So she'll be coming back home. She's been staying with my grandparents, but she's been coming over here to visit because she just hasn't really seen us a whole lot. And I myself have just been exhausted from helping my mom, from watching the dogs, and also work because I work weekend shifts. I only work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're 12-hour shifts, and I get Monday through Thursday off. So I basically spend all my weekend working and sleeping, and then I spend my 4 days off watching my dogs, or watching my mom's dogs, helping her, and just a lot's been going on. But I do apologize for disappearing again. I know I do that a lot, and I also apologize for it a lot. So, so with things getting better, it might be a little bit of a rocky upload schedule for now, but I will work on getting back to a good schedule again. I got some old videos I need to upload that I do plan on uploading, some future ideas, and yeah, and throughout those times I'll kind of catch up with you, what games I've been playing to help keep my mind off stuff, and I'll do it. I'll be back up and running, guys. Just work with me a little bit longer, and you guys will get a better upload schedule again. But yeah, for now, enjoy the video. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a game called Root Connections. This is actually a game that my editor sent me, because my editor has been looking for games for me to help record, because I've been kind of low on games lately. So he actually went out and found this big slew of like free games for me to try out, and these are one of them. This is a game that's free on Steam, so if you have Steam, you can go check this game out for yourself. It's called Root Connections. We're going to dive right into it, because I have no idea what it is. All I know is it's a horror game about I'm a vegetable. And I mean a carrot. Oh my, why does this man look so sad? It's hard for us to see why he is sad, since we are not able to see what he is seeing. What is it that you're saying? Even I can't tell. What do you mean? Well, can you see? Not really. I can see that he is alone in this room. Maybe he's trapped. That is interesting, since that is exactly the opposite of what he is seeing. The thing is, we cannot always trust what our eyes show us. All our eyes detect is the light bouncing off objects. We see color. Color. Through objects, though objects don't actually have a color. Light bounces off surfaces differently. The one you're looking at right now is just an image inside your mind. What is actually in here might be completely different from what you see with your eyes. For example, this man... What the fuck? This man sees that he is outside the room. He feels like an outsider. He sees loneliness. He sees rejection. What? Why doesn't he try to use that key to open the door? Because unlike us, he cannot see that key. He has lost all hope, so opportunities like that key are invisible to him. I think you should try to help him see again. It's kind of cool that we're playing as a carrot, because they say that, you know, we're... Well, let's get to the root. Let's get to the root of making this man see things again. I love the art style. This is so cool. Seeing along the dark metal caves, there will be a place where you can place a root connection between him and someone important. I'll let you know when you get to one. What is this animation style? It's so cool. I like this. This is neat. Cool. I fell. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you already said that to me. Whoa. Oh, that was a button. Okay. This is cool. I find it kind of funny how, like, the whole point of this game is to help this guy see more parts of life. Yet carrots are actually, you know, they say it's good for your eyesight. So, that's kind of a cool little... This is definitely a game that has a deeper meaning, isn't it? Excuse me. God, I always yawn too much when I play the games. Hey. I would be mindful of this eye. Press shift, disguise. Ugh. I'm sorry, but why is there just an eyeball poking in the ground? Here it is, the root connection back to them. What is it? What? This is cool. So when we see something, how can we know if we're not seeing it correctly? Fucking hell. So when we see something, how can we know if we're seeing it correctly or not? We can never know for sure if what we're looking at is absolutely correct. So we just have no control on what we see then? Of course we do. We often choose to see something in a certain way. Sometimes people choose to see certain things too. Like what? Some people may not know. I can't read. I'm so sorry. Some people may choose not to see global warming or the plastic in the ocean. Some people choose not to see the wrong in their behavior. Let's have a look at this man's phone for a second. Why do you keep denying what has been happening? Simon, I'm just trying to help you. The amount you've been drinking isn't safe. I don't want to risk sending our kids over. So you're going to stop me from seeing my own children again? I can't believe I married a monster. Oh my, the response he gave was really unfair. Surely he can see there was no need to respond like that. Unfortunately, he cannot. He has some serious problems with drugs and alcohol, and has been behaving very dangerously the past few days. No one likes to see themselves as a drunken monster, though, so let's see what he sees. Oh, the message has changed. Why do you just waste your time? Nothing has been happening. Simon, I'm trying to get you to understand. I don't want you to see our kids. In fact, I don't even think they are our kids anymore. Oh, now I can see why he responded like that. He really sees your messages differently how we do. it's funny how much people will change what they see to make more like what they feel believe. I'm a horrible reader. I'm so sorry. It's funny how much people will change what they see to make what they believe feel more real. I can see how he must have felt very hurt when he read those messages from his wife. Maybe this makes what he says more forgivable. It does not. He's been treating everyone unfairly because of his own struggles. People are going to come to their senses and learn to hate him. He deserves to be suffering like this. So let's leave him be. What the hell? So this game has a deeper meaning to it. Interesting. Oh God. This is interesting. Huh. I mean, obviously what they're saying is very true, though. Especially people with alcoholism. Like, that's a very... that is a very serious thing. Ah, no! This is not at all what I expected this game to be. What? God damn it. But I mean, obviously, yes, what they're talking about. Alcoholism is a very big problem. God, sorry I'm yawning so much. But, I mean... yeah, I kind of get what he's saying. Like, alcoholism is a real problem that people struggle with. I mean, obviously, if you do struggle with alcoholism, you do need to, try to get help, because drowning your sorrows isn't going to help. That just kind of hurts. What's this fucking eye? How does it keep catching me? Alcoholism is a serious problem. Any form of addiction is a problem. I've had friends who've been addicted to stuff, and it is a very serious thing. Addiction is no joke. Now, if I can get past this fucking eyeball, that took way more many tries than that took a lot more tries than it should have. Ooh, bouncy. Okay. Bruh. Son of a bitch. Ah! Why do I suck? No, no, no! But, anyway, so as far as I was talking about, addiction, I've heard stories, and I know people who were addicted, My aunt was actually with somebody one time who didn't beat his, and he actually ended up dying. But I mean, addiction is a very real thing, and it can very much mess with your perception of life, how people are trying to come at you. It is a very real thing. Oh, gee. It is a very real thing, and it is something that needs to be taken seriously. I feel like it's not something that's taken seriously enough nowadays. Go. Simon William, age 42, symptoms, anxious behavior, voices in head, hallucinations. Often sees hands from ceiling, large eyes on the walls around him, sees two plant-like creatures both observing what he is doing. He has two voices in his head, what talk to each other, normally talking about how much of a failure he is, Dr. J.P. Charles. This man's doing nothing but walking around his room all day. He has so much stuff to do and not much time. He spends most of his life like this. He doesn't see all this time go by, all these opportunities go by, all the wonderful moments with his wife and children. All these moments are lost forever. No matter how much he changes, now, he'll never get back those precious moments. This is why there's no point in him trying to do anything. Exactly. He deserves all of this too. These carrots are little assholes. But I kind of get, beware, these nasty roots might suddenly grab you from the ceiling. If you notice one of these roots, press shift quickly to duck out of their reach. Woo! Fuck. Ah! Ah! You can't hide them in the fucking dark. Bastard. This game is an asshole. Oh my god. Was not expecting this game to have like a deeper message. Motherfucker. Did not expect this game to have like a deeper meaning to it. But I mean, albeit it is a good message. Like I said, albeit it is a good message. It is something that needs to be talked about because you're a bitch. You know, addiction and feeling lonely and not feeling like you're enough, and that misperception of life to make it seem like you're not the victim that's a real problem that people struggle with, and it's a real problem that people face, and it is no laughing matter. Like, it is something that I feel like isn't taken seriously enough nowadays, But I mean, obviously, like, people who struggle with addiction, they need to reach out because people like that tend to be at their most vulnerable when they feel like they're alone. And while I personally have never struggled with addiction, this is annoying. While I personally have never struggled with addictions, I've heard the stories, I've heard what it can be like. I've never personally struggled with it though. But I've seen what addiction can do to people. you know, like I said as earlier, I know somebody who lost someone to addiction, and you know, when people are when they're addicted to stuff, they can kind of tend to see the world as the world is against them, and they feel alone, and that's when they are most vulnerable. And you know, and their look on life and the look on their reality gets very warped. And so it's a problem, and it's sad because no one deserves to like go through something like that, especially alone. Because addiction can be scary, and you know, it's unfortunately a lot of people do face it alone, and usually they pay the ultimate price for it. And it's a temporary escape. Like I feel like that's what, like obviously people will do stuff for escape. That's how addiction happens. You get addicted to the way something makes you feel, and you want that feeling to never end, because that feeling can, you know, it's what helps. And not being able to operate with it without it is, you know, can be a problem for most people. This is annoying. But I mean, obviously, like, if you are addicted to something and you need help, it's important to reach out, because it's not something you should face alone. And that can affect everybody. And, you know, and if you let your addiction get the best of you, and you end up not being here anymore because of said addiction, then all that does is permanently hurt the ones around you, and they will forever spend the rest of their life thinking what they could have done differently. And no one wants to feel like that. No one wants to think like that. You know, people would rather be there with you, to spend your life with you and be happy with you. You know, they don't want to sit there and spend their lives thinking what they could have done differently, what they could have done more to help. That didn't even touch me. But I mean, it is, you know, in this game, it actually, I feel like, does a good example of showing that. You know, and like I said, if there's something, you know, there's probably something I'm missing. There probably is, because like I said, I've never faced it myself. You know, I've never been addicted to anything. But I mean, I've heard stories of it, and I know people who were addicted and got clean. You know, because I do know firsthand how fragile life is, and how, you know, how fast a life can be taken, and how life can just drastically, suddenly just change. It can happen. It's scary, and it sucks. But, you know, if you have an option to choose, I mean, you should always choose to be around people who care about you. Because it's important to know that people care about you. That no matter how alone you feel, there's always going to be somebody who cares. Whether it be your favorite YouTuber, a friend, a family, a lover, you're never alone. Like, and that's kind of what, that's kind of one of the things, addictions, that, from what I've heard, you know, one of the things that we struggle with is feeling alone because of it. Holy shit. So, it's always important to know that even when fighting some of your toughest battles, that you're not alone. And that's something and I feel like that's something people lose a lot of sight of. It is. There's always a way to not be alone. That was a good little game. Yeah, that was a nice game. With the theme of fruits. Yeah, that was a good little game, and it had a good message to it. That was good. I liked that. That was a really nice little game. Got a little sentimental there. Usually not one for doing that, but I did. That was a nice game. It had a nice little message. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you're struggling with something, whether it be addiction, suicidal thoughts, whatever it is, just know that you're not alone. I mean, really, like that's important because that's what a lot of people. That tends to be the, no pun intended, but that tends to be the root of a lot of the stuff. Is a lot of people just feel lonely or they feel bad and miserable, and so they latch onto something, even if it's not good for them, just so they can not feel lonely or so they can feel good. So, I mean, just know that there's always people out there. There's always someone who cares. There's always at least one. You're never fully alone, ever. So, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts or you're struggling with addiction, don't be scared to reach out and ask for help, because there are plenty of people who would rather sit there, listen to your problems, and help you, rather than sit there and spend the rest of their lives thinking what they could have done differently. People would rather help you than not see you here. Always remember that. But with that being said, that was Root Connections. Good game. Check it out for yourself. If you guys like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.